Air New Zealand's crew uniforms are about to get a facelift. The airline has selected a new designer to create its new look. She's a favourite of Duchess Kate and has dressed the world's rich and famous Kiwi fashion designer Emilia Wickstead joins us this morning, and Air New Zealand Chief Customer and Sales Officer Leanne Garrity. Thank you so much, both of you, for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Emilia, it's a real treat to be able to talk to you because you're not always here in New Zealand. You're enjoying a very glittering career with international A-listers and well-known people around the world. But this is a very important project to you, I hear. Why did you want to do this?
I wanted to do this because I'm a New Zealander. It's completely me. It's my heritage. It's my world. It brings me back home, and it's an absolute passion project for me. So I kept saying yesterday when we had a few press appointments, and I kept saying I've always wanted to do this. It's always been my dream, and so now I'm living the dream. So yes.
Could you have ever imagined that you would be here, given you were a young girl growing up in Auckland, and then effectively went on to do your apprenticeship in Milan, thanks to your mum? You know, in the workrooms in Milan. Is this the project that you had on your mind when you were a little girl?
So it's really interesting. When I was a little girl, my mother, all I can remember is that she had her own business. So she started her own business when I was a baby, and it was just my mother and I. And that's all I can ever remember. So after school, I would be filling her pin cushions. I would be watching her fit client after client after client, see the ups and downs. And so I think definitely, I did at one point, I think I said, whatever you do, never leave me your business, when I was very little. But then interestingly, I think, as you said, going to Milan, and just these little parts of the journey, and then all of a sudden, you sort of turn around and I'm like, actually, what I want to do is become a fashion designer. And I do believe, it's a dream that started here, and it's a dream that I've taken from here. And yes, I've gone to another country, and I've built a business, and it's so amazing to return here and do something for my country. So I'm very excited.
Very cool. And within just a few years of you finishing your, I guess, official studies, you were designing for the people we're seeing on the screen now, and not just them. You've got clientele all around the world in very influential positions and very inspiring women. How does that come about, particularly, if you don't mind me asking, and I know you probably can't say too much, but about your relationship with Duchess Kate? Do you, in situations like that, suggest an outfit? Does the palace come to you? How does that relationship work?
Anybody that I dress in the public eye, every situation is different, and it's an absolute honour to dress anyone that has visibility, that the world can see. It's great visibility for us as a brand, and yeah, we're really lucky. We dress so many interesting, dynamic, influential, inspirational people all around the world, and it's great. And this is just an extension of that, I think. So yes.
Leanne, when it comes to the brief, there must be budgetary constraints to work within, are there? What is the brief, I guess, that Emilia is able to work with?
Yeah, so there are many elements to the brief. It's quite extensive, actually, because there are so many requirements that we have in terms of the uniform. So everything from form, functionality, aesthetics, sustainability. So there is a set criteria that Emilia has to work within, and that she used when putting together her concept designs. And then from there, as we go through refinement, that's when we start looking at budgets and what have you. So,
because I imagine it's going to be a very different brief, isn't it? I mean, if you've got a duchess or a pop star coming to you, they're not going to be worried about the coffee being spilt on it or something, which is something you would worry about as a flight attendant, right?
100%.
So you're going to have, this is a different set of eyes you're going to be taking to this job?
Yes, but at the same time, I mean, obviously I'm a women's wear designer, so we design and we dress every woman. So, as much as we can say that obviously when you're a flight attendant and you're up in the air and you're doing all these different things and you're having to manoeuvre in different ways, and exactly as you said, if you have coffee spilt on you, but at the same time, it's sort of, every woman, everything that we do in our day-to-day, we're on the go, and I'm always designing for every type of woman, every different career path, every different, walks of life, and so this is just an extension of that, in my opinion.
And that is one of the things you're known for your fit of different bodies. But how about menswear, and are you looking at, I guess, gender neutral options as well?
100%.
Yeah.
100% we are, and menswear, I kept saying and joking that will definitely be a challenge because that's a new thing for me. But again, it's an extension of what we do, and I think tailoring is at the forefront of everything we do at Emilia Wickstead for women, and it will be the same for men also. I love playing on old world silhouettes and styles, and I love modernity and always having a little bit of a twist. So you'll see that with the uniform.
Leanne, there's been things that have come through in past uniforms as well. There's always, well, sometimes there's been a teal and different colours, different designs. Is that something you would like to see? Was that something that attracted you to Emilia's concept?
Yes, Emilia's concepts were really, really special, and it's actually, you know, the elegance of her silhouettes, bold colour and pattern were one of the, you know, elements that really attracted us to Emilia's concept design. So we're actually just extending on that last conversation. We've actually spent a lot of time and made sure that our crew have been with us every step of the way from the moment we announced the new uniform design selection in May, and so their feedback and insights have been really instrumental in the process to date. And as Emilia said, we'll be designing very much with the form and functionality and comfort of our crew in mind.
Yeah, and they're so varied in what they do, aren't they? Because there's some people standing out on the tarmac who need to be warm, and then there's others working inside, and yeah, I guess that's quite a varied role. When can we expect to see these? Not to put the pressure on, Emilia.
Well, we will have our wearer trials taking place in 2024, so next year, and then the uniform will roll out from 2025 once we've actually had it on our people, we've taken their feedback on board, and then we can make the final tweaks and changes and start rolling it through.
It would be remiss of me while you're here not to just give you some suggestions.
I think you should.
So the jackets, because I find, I mean, I don't know what it's like as a flight attendant, but even just here, they're just so cumbersome, and I just hate them. You know, I feel they really restrict your arm movement. Would there be room, do you think, to get rid of the jacket for the guys?
Do you know, it's a really good question, but I think exactly as we were talking about, it's really listening to the people that work at Air New Zealand and what they want and what they desire and what makes them feel empowered and confident and what makes them stand out. And it's been really interesting because everyone still likes their jackets.
Oh, really?
People have actually been saying to us over the last 24 hours, please keep the jacket.
Wow,
Exactly.
okay. All right, shut up, Ryan, don't listen to me.
So maybe the difference is we need to have a designer on the AU show, separate thing.
That's what I'm missing. It's my very own Emilia here. All right, no, I'll just shut up now. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Please do keep us posted. We would love to hear about the designs and find out how it's tracking.
Look, it's one of those things. It's one of those quirky things in New Zealand that people are very excited about, you know, because it's our national carrier. It's what they wear every time we see them fly. There's the glamour of flight is still very much alive. So
100%.
Yeah, very exciting.
Uniforms and snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
And the snacks. Don't forget the snacks. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Emilia Wickstead, New Zealand fashion designer, and Leanne Garrity, New Zealand Chief Customer and Sales Officer.